Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. Very good morning. Welcome to this spiritual congregation. The most important topic, important in the sense who are pursuing the process of sadhana, who are in the track of the integral yoga, for them it is very much necessary. Most essential topic is spiritual life. So today we are going to concentrate little bit upon, in brief, in short, on spirit and the spiritual life. So the term spiritual life, when it is spoken of, necessarily it indicates it is the inner life. This is the spiritual life. This is mostly inner life. Inner, we have to live in the inner consciousness. Somebody has to live far behind the outer consciousness. He has to get introvert. He has to go deep, go deep in between, to inside the heart, and to go and discover the hidden demigod, the hidden soul that is concealed, staying concealed within us, the divine inhabitant, now itself in the passive stage, or to the most it is unknown, to the few it is little known, and to the very conscious it is somehow known. To go and inquire where it is, where we have to go deep into the heart's depth, it's into the cave. Sri Aurobindo quotes here, what is spirit? The consciousness above mind, the Atman or self, which is always in oneness with the divine, the spark of the absolute. The Sri Aurobindo speaks of, writes, the spirit, the consciousness above mind. Mind can't aggrandize it, mind can't grasp it, mind can't understand it. The consciousness above mind, the Atman or self, which is always in oneness with the divine, always in the oneness with the divine. Let us take few examples, few things, few lines on spirit, then we'll go for spiritual life. Spiritual that can make all things divine. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are in the process of spiritual life. We are pursuing the spiritual life. Till then, it is not that much will mind, that it needs a great effort. We are not pushing our emphasis, endeavor on that, because we don't know what is life, what is spirit, what is spiritual life, etc., etc. Sri Aurobindo, it tries to explain here, the spirit is freedom, the spirit is unity, the spirit is immortality. Three things Sri Aurobindo quoted, tried to explain. The spirit is defined, Sri Aurobindo defines very clear manner with the golden lines. Sri Aurobindo speaks of the spirit is freedom, the spirit is unity, the spirit is immortality. Three things we must remember before we are going into the spiritual life. Spirit is that which is concealed, has to be revealed. Now itself it is concealed because we don't know. Our psychic being, our soul inside, that is actually in a concealed, in a hidden position. It has not come out. It has been masked up. It has been concealed by the external mind, vital, physical. So Sri Aurobindo speaks of spirit has to be that which is concealed and has to be revealed. Mind and the body are the means by which it seeks to reveal itself. Spirit is concealed, it has to be revealed. Mind and body are the means. These are the means through which it seeks to reveal itself. With the help of the mind and the mind and the body, these mind and body will be instruments, the instruments in revealing the spirit. Spirit is the crown of universal existence. Spirit is the crown of universal existence. Sri Aurobindo quoted in Savitri, the spirit's greatness is our endless source, and it shall be our crown in endless time. Spirits, to quote again, the spirit's greatness is our endless source. It is unfinished, it can be completed, it can't be exhausted. Its spirit's greatness is our endless source, and it shall be our crown in the endless time. in the coming time it shall be our crown, and it will crown ourselves. We will be declared as the sovereign suzerain like this. So here Aurobindo speaks of spirit is the crown of universal existence. Our existence, spirit is the crown. Matter is the basis. When we speak of the spirit, there is on the other side there must be matter. Matter is its basis, and mind is a link between the two, where here in one side it is spirit, in another side it is actually matter. So mind is a link. Mind links both the things matter and spirit. To quote again, spirit is the crown of universal existence, matter is its basis, mind is the link between the two. Spirit is that which is eternal. It was there, it is here in the universal time, in the endless births, when we are proceeding in the evolutionary process, we are moving forward in the evolution. There also it will be there. And one more thing is that it is going to, if we will go beyond this present state of mental being, this present state, if we cross, if we overcome, then we will be in a position to know that spirit is eternal. Mind and matter are its workings, nothing else. Mind and matter. Mind is the connecting link, matter is the basis, and spirit is eternal. It was there, it will be, it is here, and it will be there in the oncoming time. So mind or matter are its workings. The way of the spirit is the way of peace, light, and harmony. Three things must be there we can achieve. Suppose we are leading the spiritual life, we are in the spirit, we are actually pursuing the spirit. Three things someone must feel. The way of the spirit is the way of number one, peace, number two, light, number three, harmony. So pursuing the spirit, we must have the feeling of this peace, light, and harmony. It must be pursued. Now, next one, the spirit is the truth of our being. The spirit we speak of, it is the truth of our being. Mind, life, and body is there. In their imperfection are its masks. It covers, it conceals. Actually, this spirit is the truth of our being. It has been masked initially by mind and life and body. The imperfections and its masks. But when the perfection will come for mind, life, and body, it should be the moods. In its imperfection, their mind, life, and body are masks. In its perfection, they should be the moods. They should create. They should be to try to form it out. The claim of ordinary life can't stand against the that of the spirit. Ordinary life, it is actually obscured. It is filled with darkness. So claim of the ordinary life, peace, roti, kapda, makan, so many things, demand this thing, that thing, and all. The claim of the ordinary life can't stand against the spirit. So initially we may be pursued, we may be compelled by the ordinary life to proceed in the ordinary life, to go by the process, by the track of this that track. But in the long term, the claim of ordinary life can't stand against that of the spirit, because spirit's root is different. It is out inward. It is spiritual. Nothing can be able to withstand it, to resist it, or stand on its way. The spirits gives us not only a greater light of truth and vision, but a breath of greater living. No, living means constantly living with the divine. The spirits gives us not only a greater light of truth and vision, for immediately that small truth or small vision, this is not the gift of the spirit in the long way. It gives the breath of greater living. If we are able to achieve this greater living in this process of spiritual process, this evolutionary process, if we be in peace, harmony, and what is that, peace, light, and we are leading that life, then we will be known that we are in the life. Truth is the foundation of real spirituality, and courage its soul. When somebody, we are going to next one, spiritual life, where it starts. Above so many people complain in many ways. We have attended ashram, we are running a school, we are going the organization work, we are living to here and there, we are spending our life in teaching and studying. Okay, these are also all the means, these are also the tracks we are following. But Aurobindo speaks where it starts actually. Above mind's twilight and life's starlight night, they are gleamed the dawn of a spiritual day. It is absolutely necessary to know where the life stands, and so far the spiritual life is concerned. Sri Aurobindo speaks of the above the mind's twilight. Mind twilight means that end of the day or end of the night. So mind's twilight, when the mind's ability, capability, its actually efficiency stops, mind's thinking stops, where the mind, thought of the mind ceases, and life's starlit light, that vitality, I want to enjoy, I want to know, go and such, this vitality ends. Minds above the mind's twilight and life's starlit night, its enjoyment will come to the optimum, then it will cease. After this mind and life's karnama, that you are kings, their expectations, their desires, their vitalities, they are gleamed dawn. After the twilight, their dawn will come. This dawn is not ordinary dawn coming in every time, so within a gap of 24 hours. They are gleamed the dawn of a spiritual day. Then only it will start. Nothing before or nothing after. So mind and life, their expectation, desire must be ceased, and from that for a period onwards, that spiritual life will start. Truth is the foundation of real spirituality, and courage its soul. Coming again, beyond the mental and moral being in us is a greater divine being, that is spiritual and supramental. Two things, not only spiritual, here in the course another term, that is supramental. Beyond the mental and moral being, we are so-called mental being, or to some extent moral being. Beyond the mental and moral being in us, a greater divine being, that is spiritual and supramental. After spiritual, another term came supramental. Then which is first, which is second? Sri Aurobindo speaks of nobody can have the spiritual, no supramental, nobody can be supramental if he is not spiritual. So naturally we have to proceed inside, in between, in the paths of spiritual to go for the supramental. If we can be able to see and plan the hierarchy of mind, after mind comes spiritual mind. A spiritual mind contains our higher mind, illumined mind, intuitive mind, over mind, super mind. So as the spiritual, as per the gradation hierarchy, it is there, spiritual comes in between. After this spiritual border, then supramental will come. Nobody, Sri Aurobindo speaks of, nobody can have the spiritual realization if he is not, nobody can have the supramental realization if he is not has the spiritual. So to get the supramental realization, one must have to gain the spiritual realization. So beyond mental and moral being, there is another divine being, that is known as spiritual and supramental. Spiritual life is a growth. It is a growth, not in one day it is done or it has got apex. Spiritual life is a growth, not a sudden and inexplicable miracle. Nothing miracle happens, it is a growth. It is a continuous growth. It is a progressive growth. What yoga searches after, not truth of thought alone or truth of mind alone. Not, it is not a yoga. It is the search for not truth alone or mind alone, but a dynamic truth of living and revealing spiritual experience. Dynamic truth of living and revealing, not only to think of or to vision it, see it. The spiritual life is the flower, not of a featureless. Spiritual life is a flower, but not of a featureless, but a conscious and a diversified oneness. Spiritual life is not of a featureless thing, it is a conscious and a diversified oneness. Next comes, truth is the foundation of true spirituality. Only truth, only truth, only truth, nothing but truth. The foundation of true spirituality and courage its soul. We have to stick to the truth, only truth, and there is nothing but truth. The spiritual works from within outwards. Environment and system and surrounding, always surrounding affects system. Sometimes system surrounds affects the surrounding in case of the spiritual. Spiritual works from within outwards. The way of the materialism is to work from outwards, from work out inwards. So spiritual from in to out, outward, inside to out. Thank you.